So obviously, if you are always in flight or fright mode, if you always have to be walking on eggshells to be afraid of something or someone who is abusive to you, it is a very unhealthy state to live in, and you cannot ever truly relax in that environment around that person or people, around those things that are causing you to feel this way. Of course, you are responsible for your own healing because nobody else can do that for you. But, of course, if there are perpetrators around you, situations around you causing you more trauma, it is a serious matter. So, if those events and people, situations around you are not serving your healing and your peace of mind, your health, so that you can recover from that deep trauma, psychological abuse, even physical abuse, whatever the situation has been, but it has been deeply traumatizing to you as a sensitive person, especially if you are a sensitive woman or a young girl, for example. So, you know, in order to find the way out of this and to be able to heal and manage everything, that you can actually move forward and be creating a better life for yourself, it is so important to support yourself. Again, as you must already know, the painful way, narcissistic abuse is about these toxic people picking random fights, arguments with you, attacking you. And yes, it can be the Jezebel spirit, for example. From what I know now, it is very common that it is attacking us sensitive empath, HSP, Earth Angel women, especially, or girls. Especially if we are speaking our truth, we're saying no when we need to, we stand up for ourselves. So that spirit, that narcissistic person does not approve of that. So yes, one way that they show you that they are abusing and disrespecting you and violating your boundaries is that they pick those random fights and arguments with you because they want to take you out of your state of peace, your peace of mind. And of course, in the long run, they will be destroying your health and everything that you have been building in your life if you let them. So, of course, you always, in the end, have the power if you let this happen or not. So, don't be blind when these things happen, when you're being abused, when you are being taken advantage of and walked all over. So I hope that you have the clarity and the tools, the ways to manage all of this and to stay sane and healthy and safe and to be able to build that peace of mind that you deserve. Your nervous system, your entire life, your health depend on you having your inner peace, and that you are rising up despite of those toxic people, despite of people not supporting you, not being there for you, because apparently this is very common and we can be betrayed by so many. We cannot trust people generally. Apparently, from what I have also come to know and experience. And again, being kind and trusting and sensitive is not the issue. The issue is in the perpetrator, in those demonic entities, in those negative energies. And you need to protect yourself and your life. And of course, I'm here to help. If you're interested in booking a session with me, we can go through everything that's going on in your life honestly and authentically, and I will empathetically support you and listen to you and give you the tools and the guidance that I feel that you really need to hear and know, that you can implement in your own life. If you feel alone, if you feel stuck, if you're crying alone, you're feeling desperate and hopeless, like nobody understands you, nobody's there for you, and you are a sensitive soul. And again, I want to give you some reminders how you can recognize when somebody is being narcissistic and not respecting you. They violate your boundaries, they do not listen to you, they do not like it when you say no, when you disagree with them on something, when you show them your own personal power, when you show them that you actually think for yourself and you don't agree with them and with their false accusations and lies that they're trying to feed to you, that, you know, they are gaslighting you, they're manipulating you, they're brainwashing you so that you would just conform into their way of being and doing, that you would just lose yourself and, you know, become their slave, basically. And one way how they are attacking you when you stand up for yourself, when you are simply just being yourself and disagreeing with them, for example, on something, they can say things like calm down, or they can be repeating your name, or they are repeating the same sentences to you many times over and over, because they really try to get through to you and feed their thinking onto you, which again is manipulation, and it is gaslighting, and it is, in the worst case, it is reactive abuse. When they do not want to discuss how they have hurt you, they are just focusing on you being the crazy one, like you are the problem, and so forth. So you are always dealing with a demonic entity and a very deeply immature person who really is a child within. So you are dealing with a very, I don't know what word to even pick here, but a very complex being, you know, who can be playing all sorts of tricks on you, and first can seem so kind and trustworthy and respectful and empathetic that you might trust them and open up to them, but then you start to see that they are actually hurting you, that they are actually disrespecting you and violating you as a person. As a woman, for example, they are violating your own human worth. So when you notice these signs and you pay attention to how you are feeling around them when you are communicating with them, your body will warn you. Your intuition will warn you that something is off, especially when somebody is not being empathetic to you, because you are an empath, a highly sensitive person. So you can feel immediately if somebody is not being empathetic and compassionate towards you, if somebody is not on your side and understanding you. So the more you practice listening to your intuition, to your gut, you will get better at it, and, you know, it will be warning you sooner and sooner and sooner. So it's there for a reason. So it will really make you feel uncomfortable. And as always, a kind reminder that these entities, they love to make you feel paralyzed and in shock and in panic attacks, so that you would not be able to function normally, so that you don't take care of yourself, so that you lose all faith and all trust in yourself, that you feel worthless and like you are nothing, and you would believe those toxic bully accusations and lies about you, for example, rumors about you, the smear campaign. So that is their ultimate goal. And of course, naturally, it's not serving your health. It's not serving your nervous system or your mental health at all. And we can conclude that every time we're dealing with clearly immature and toxic people who shut down and don't listen to us, don't communicate with us normally, like respectful, mature, stable adults would, we're dealing with narcissistic people. And there is always a demonic entity within that person. There is no exception. They can be so vicious and so cruel, so malicious, that it is just inhuman. A normal human being is not capable of doing the things that they do, because they can even kill people, like I've been saying. So we have to have this clarity when we're dealing with these. And as crazy as these events can be, you are never the crazy one when you have just trusted the wrong people. When you opened up to the wrong people. It was a mistake. It's not a life sentence. It's not anything that you should feel guilty for or, foolish over. Because again, you need to remember your own value and worth and support yourself. And one tool is that you learn how to support your own self-worth, that you actually feel worthy of good things, healthy things in life, that you actually have those healthy boundaries in place, and you know what is good for you and what is not good for you. So you might still have your inner child within you after childhood trauma experiences, especially if your parents have been narcissistic, that you don't feel safe in your body, which makes it harder to heal. It makes everything harder for that process to happen, that you would understand everything clearly and be able to support yourself and move forward with your life and be building a new life. So if you're still stuck in that state, that's basically your inner child is just afraid that you don't feel safe. So it's your job to honor those feelings and emotions and just tune in with your inner child to support that child. And for example, I have created meditations. If you check out my meditation playlist on my YouTube channel, so I have created these calm meditations that will also help you do that and to be healing yourself, because you need that healing. You deserve that healing. And again, if you need more help and support, you can reach out to me on Instagram, for example, DM me there, or you can just, like my posts and videos and comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And of course, you're welcome to follow me on Threads as well, and like and comment and share as well. And also I want to mention and remind you that a narcissist is somebody who has their power and control gone to their head, so that they think that they can just act like that and just get away with it. They think that the law of attraction, that karma, that energy, frequency, and vibration do not touch them, because again, we always receive what we also give to others. And that is why it's so important to be paying attention to how we are treating other people. How do we wish to be treated ourselves? But they think that these rules do not apply to them, because they are so used to having all the power and control over kind, likely sensitive people, for example. because naturally it's like a cycle of the serial killer, because if they have not got caught and they're just killing people, a narcissist acts the same way. They use people as supplies and gaslight them and belittle their issues, their emergencies, for example, their mental health, to make them ashamed of themselves, to make them feel self-blame within and unworthiness, to be questioning themselves and their sense of reality, you know. So, yeah, that is their plan, and it is, of course, total destruction. Every time it really happens to somebody. So yes, of course, it is total destruction if an empath lets the narcissist abuse them. So, as always, this is where the healthy boundaries must come into picture. That you start to acknowledge and practice and set those healthy boundaries without apology. That you start to discover your own personal power, your own truth, to speak your mind, to be yourself, that you're calling your soul and your power back. Because you can really feel disconnected if they have been abusing you. It can be even a random narcissist who has attacked you. You can feel very paralyzed and very alone and very scared and, you know, all of those things. So you really feel it in your body, the attack. They are so quick to define you when they don't even know you. For example, if you are just a random stranger and they are attacking you, for example, online or wherever it is, you feel it. When you have experience of these things, you feel the spiritual battle, the spiritual warfare, the battle of the mind, the battle of your own personal power and soul, and who you are as a spirit, who you are as a person and a being, as a spiritual being, because, you know, it's really a spiritual battle about, you know, energies, frequencies, and vibrations. So we have to know what we're dealing with. So the awareness is so important. But they have no courtesy, they have no basic manners. For example, from a narcissistic man to an empath woman, they think that they know the empath woman better than the empath woman knows themselves, even though they don't really even know them. For example, you know, if ultimately, you know, we're just talking about two strangers here, so it is crazy. It seems that this is happening a lot nowadays from authorities as well, who are being narcissistic, or people being covert narcissists, especially in positions where they are supposed to be helping others and holding that safe space for others. So it is just crazy. So let them remind you, if it happens in your life, let them remind you of your own personal power and strength, because they would not be attacking you otherwise. And the fact that you have to protect yourself and your health. So your number one priority in these situations when they happen is that you need to do what you need to do to protect your own peace of mind and your health. So feel free to act on it. You have to hang up. You have to stop engaging with them, especially if they are raging at you, they're yelling at you, and you clearly notice that they are not responding to normal communication at all.